You state your name. Colette Haynes.
All right.
Thank you. In regards to the PCC, Your Honor, we are requesting an adjournment just for some continued negotiations.
All right. And with reference to the violation.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Haynes is prepared to admit to the bond violation today and provide an explanation.
All right. I'll accept the admission, but what's the explanation?
Your Honor, it does state in the bond violation report that on the 22nd, when she reported she was visibly ill at the time, she explained to me that she has diabetes and shortly after that went into DKA and did have to be hospitalized for a few days. So unfortunately, she ended up missing that new scheduled appointment as well as her first PCC. After missing the PCC, she did contact me and we worked to get this case set to do a bench warrant recall. So she is willing to test. She is willing to comply on bond. She is sorry that she missed that appointment, and she's hoping to have an opportunity to go touch base with Community Corrections today and reschedule.
Thank you.
But
All right, guys, buckle up. Today we're stepping inside a real courtroom where tension builds from the very first minute. The defense opens with an apology and a plea for leniency, explaining that Miss Haynes was hospitalized and couldn't attend her probation check-in. It's calm, but the tone already hints that something's about to go wrong. The judge listens carefully, but behind that calm voice, there's judgment brewing, and we can feel it coming.
I hear what you're saying, but when I look at this, all of the events that I have in this occurred at basically toward the end of September.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm now almost 30 days out and nothing's been corrected.
And Ms. Haynes indicated to me that she wasn't aware that she needed to make contact with Community Corrections because she had the bench warrant.
I didn't know that I can just go back there and...
Yeah, but once the bench warrant was cleared, she still... That doesn't even make any sense to me.
They told me that I had to wait when first they told me I had to do it online.
Do
And I
what
did it
online?
For the bench warrant.
That's fine.
Yeah, and I didn't know that the warrant was cleared until I come to court today. And
What
I
do you
thought
mean
I
you
needed
didn't know it was cleared?
another referral to go back to Community Corrections. I didn't know I could just walk back in there and do it all over again with a warrant. I tried to come up here and walk in on a warrant, but they told me that they only do it once a month, at the end of the month on Wednesdays. And that would have been yesterday, but I had received a...
Yeah, but where were you between that? All of this occurred September 2nd. I get what counsel's telling me, that at some point you're in the hospital for a few days. So even if that takes me to the end of September, which is giving a lot of grace just in terms of time, I'm now here on the 23rd and nothing.
From here, the judge's patience starts wearing thin. He points out that nearly a month has passed, yet nothing's been resolved. Miss Haynes insists she didn't know she could return to Community Corrections without a referral, fumbling through her excuses. But the judge isn't buying it. His calm questions become sharper, his tone firmer. You can sense the courtroom turning against her as logic starts collapsing under pressure.
Because they told me that I could not walk in on the warrant. And I didn't know that I could just go back to Community Corrections.
You have an attorney.
Mm-hmm.
And Your Honor,
I was contacting the attorney, and when I was contacting the attorney, she was telling me that she didn't even, well, it was a he. It wasn't even her. It was a whole different attorney I had. We were texting back and forth, and I was asking him questions, and he was saying he was in court. He don't know. He'll find out. And then he told me I could do it online, so I just did it online.
and Your Honor, I will say Ms. Haynes does want to resolve this case. She did make steps to take care of the bench warrant and to get the case back on track. So she's just hoping for another opportunity.
She's hearing a drug case. And since the beginning of the case, she hasn't tested.
Understood, Your Honor.
I hadn't tested, Your Honor, because I didn't know that I could just find me missing mine. I didn't know that I could just go walk back in. I thought I needed another referral. Or I would have went over there and walked in and
It's not as though you didn't have an attorney, whether it be the previous attorney, whether it be Ms. Foster Tucker, to tell you what you could do regarding community corrections, if anything. But, you didn't abide by community corrections. You didn't appear in court. You get the court thing cleared up, but then you had the other thing. And I still, from the time of year, I don't have a test on you.
I can go take one today. I can go over there right now when I leave here. But I just need to know, am I
You want to
assigned?
say, I will adjourn her probable cause conference to...
This part is where things unravel completely. Miss Haynes tries to defend herself, explaining mixed-up communication with her previous attorney, claiming confusion and misdirection. The judge listens, unimpressed, pointing out that she hasn't been tested even once since the case began. Her voice becomes shaky, pleading to go take one today. It's the last desperate attempt to prove compliance before everything turns against her.
October 30th, 2025, 9 a.m. Anything you want to say before I send you on the violation?
No, sir.
Well, at this point, she's not complied with everything. I'm going to revoke her bond, sentence her to 7 days, Washtenaw County Jail. Defendant's remanded.
Is there a way that I can get somebody? I have my daughter here with me,
Ma'am, you probably shouldn't have done that.
but she only had a half a day of school
Here,
today.
ma'am,
Come this way.
they'll figure it out.
Okay, I need to her this stuff.
Yep, I'll give it. One back.
Ma'am, go with my bailiff now. Now.
And this is where the courtroom silence hits like a thunderclap. The judge has heard enough. He revokes her bond and sentences her to 7 days in jail. Miss Haynes tries to reason, saying she has her daughter with her, but the judge stays firm. You probably shouldn't have done that. The tension peaks as she's escorted away. It's raw, emotional, and painfully real. A perfect example of how quickly things can spiral in court.
I want to thank the court for recalling the case.
Oh, not a problem. I say those things about you about yelling at the prosecutor, but I can do this because I have the highest of respect for you. So,
Thank you. The feeling is mutual.
all right. I have a plea form in front of me that indicates that the defendant would be pleading guilty to the charge of disorderly person, a 90-day offense. Upon her successful plea to that charge, count one would be dismissed. That is the court's full understanding of the...
That's correct, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Benitez, if you could please raise your right hand. There you go. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Oh, you're muted.
Yes. Sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, that's not a problem. Okay, state your name again for the record, please.
Trista Benitez.
Ma'am, it is this court's understanding that you are going to be pleading guilty to the charge of disorderly person. That is a misdemeanor punishable by up to 90 days, $500 fine plus court costs. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Still wish to plead guilty?
Yes.
All right, to that charge, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Now, you understand that by pleading guilty, you'll not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You signed an advice of rights form with permission. You gave your counsel permission to sign your name to an advice of rights form?
Yes.
You went through those rights?
Yes.
Do you have any question regarding any of those rights?
No.
Do you understand that by pleading guilty, you're waiving or giving up those rights?
Yes.
All right. You understand you're giving up your right to appeal of right.
Yes.
Are you on probation or parole?
I believe so.
You think so? Okay, well, let me ask you this. Do you have any other charges or any other court that you're
Oh,
required to
no.
report to? All right.
No.
Have you ever been in prison?
No.
Okay, then you're not on probation or parole. Has anybody promised you anything other than what's been stated here today on the record to get you to plead?
No.
Has anybody threatened you or coerced you in any way?
No.
You're doing this voluntarily and of your own free will?
Yes.
And also because you believe that you're guilty of this offense, ma'am?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
August 6, 2025, at the location of 1681 Courtroom Court, Pittsfield Township, Washtenaw County, State of Michigan, as you're pleading to the count two, had you been drinking?
I had a drink, yes. At my
All
house.
right. At your house. Okay. At some point. Yes, please, Mr. Sesmer. I appreciate it.
Trista, at some point you had verbal altercation with your neighbor, is that right?
Yes.
And you were outside in public during that altercation?
Yes.
And at least at some point during that altercation, you were loud and you created a disturbance outside, is that right?
Yes.
I'm satisfied if the court is your honor.
All right. Ma'am, if I accept your plea, if between the time of your plea and the time of your sentencing you commit misconduct as defined in the Michigan court rule, you would not be entitled to, nor would the court be bound by any sentence evaluation and or recommendation, and you would not be entitled to withdraw your plea. You understand that?
Yes.
Is counsel aware of any other promises, threats, or other inducements which have led to this plea?
No.
And have I complied with the court rule, and would it be proper to accept this defendant's plea?
Yes, sir.
Yes, your honor.
All right, court will accept the defendant's plea of guilty to count two. Count one is dismissed.
Would the court consider immediate sentencing, your honor?
I was just about to say something. God, he's like in my head. All right.
No objection.
You have no objection to that? Okay. Yes, I would. Ma'am, is there anything you or your counsel want to say before I do impose sentence?
If I may, your honor.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, your honor, Dr. Benitez is a resident out in Los Angeles, California. She has moved to California and I believe intends to stay in California. This was an isolated incident. She was moving to California the next day and got a little caught up in the celebrating and had a bad day. I'm asking the court to consider fines and costs for her.
All right. Doctor, anything? I'm sorry, I was describing you as ma'am. I should have your official title, doctor. Anything you want to tell me?
Well, thank you, your honor. No, I just very much would love to return to the work I'm doing here in Boyle Heights, working as a physician. So I'm deeply sorry about what happened, and I look forward to returning to the work that's needed here.
Gotcha. All right. Fines and costs of $250, 90 days in jail, suspended. When do you think you can get that paid?
Today.
Okay. You'll probably have to wait till tomorrow, and then you can probably do that online. It'll be entered into our system. All right?
All right. Thank you,
So
your
I'll just
honor.
put that down. You're all set. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
your honor.
thank you.
Pleasure seeing you.
Good seeing you too, sir. Take care.
As Miss Haynes leaves, the courtroom shifts completely. A new defendant, Dr. Trista Benitez, steps in, calm, polite, and remorseful. She pleads guilty to a minor charge, admitting to a heated argument with a neighbor after drinking. Her respectful tone contrasts everything we saw earlier. The judge accepts her plea, imposes a fine, and suspends her jail time. It's a striking reminder that demeanor can change everything in court. Alright guys, if you enjoyed watching these intense moments unfold, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.